good to have you with us, as tonight we talk about a big change for London, the expansion of ULEZ. The ultra-low emission zone is where the most polluting vehicles have to pay to drive into the area. So will it affect you, and what's changed? Well, before today it covered the same area as the congestion charge zone. Now look at the size. The boundary is up to but not including the North and South Circular. Let's not forget, though, there was already a much wider charging zone for polluting heavy vehicles called the LEZ, which encompasses most of Greater London. Who's affected? Well, it's measured by emissions, but roughly we're talking about petrol cars older than 2005 and diesel cars older than 2015. How much will it cost? Well, non-compliant cars, vans and motorbikes will be charged £12.50 a day. If you don't pay, the fine could be up to £160. Our transport correspondent Tom Edwards reports on the day ULEZ just got bigger.
The ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ, the Mayor's flagship policy aimed at tackling London's pollution. Ella had severe asthma and died, according to a coroner, due to pollution from the busy South Circular. Her mother, Rosamund, welcomed the expansion of the ULEZ today.
It's a very humbling day because tomorrow will be 11 years to the day that my late daughter got ill. So I'm sure other people have a different angle, but for me, it will always be about children's health.
3.8 million people will now live in the expanded zone. Today's launch was in school half-term, when the roads are a little quieter.
This is probably one of the most ambitious pollution charging schemes in the world, and it operates on the principle of the polluter pays. But what they really want you to do is either switch to public transport or walk or cycle, or switch your vehicle to a cleaner one.
The ULEZ is about to take hold, and I'm not exempt, which is extremely frustrating.
Paul Bocking bought his diesel as it has low carbon emissions. He thought he was doing the right thing. But under the new ULEZ rules, which measures nitrogen dioxide, he'll have to pay.
Mayoral policy is that it's NO2 inefficient, and therefore I have to pay £12.50 every time I enter the zone.
And you feel hard done by that?
I feel very hard done by. So if we need to go to A&E for any reason, it's Whipps Cross Hospital, I'm going to have to pay £12.50. If any other urgent need we need to go into the zone, it's going to be £12.50 each time.
How's it going?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah, we've got our first full electric vehicle here.
You've been great.
Today at the launch, the Mayor said 6 out of 10 Londoners within the zone don't even own a car. Further policies in outer London aren't now being ruled out.
The evidence we have from the experts is as a consequence of this expansion today, we're going to see all of London benefiting from clean air, a 30% reduction in nitrogen dioxide across all of our city. We're also going to see a situation where, rather than it's taking 193 years to clean up the area in our city, according to King's College, we'll do it within 5 years. But of course, we'll wait and see if there's a need for any further policies. I'm determined to make sure we deal with both the air pollution crisis, but also the climate emergency.
750 cameras will monitor vehicles within the zone. TfL said there were no problems with today's launch. The real measurement of success, though, will be if the new zone cuts pollution.
And we can join Tom, who's on the ULEZ boundary on the North Circular now. Tom, you mentioned this launch happening during half-term. From Transport Boss's point of view, or generally, how successful has today been?
Well, just to give you an example, this is the only thing that shows you that you're going to enter into the ultra-low emission zone. This sign here on the North Circular, but these are big changes that are happening to London streets. Very, very radical. Now, we have got the latest data from Transport for London. Initially, it said 138,000 vehicles would be affected. That now has been revised down to 110,000, so fewer vehicles are going to be impacted. Shows that there has been some behaviour change already. As for those fines, £160 fine that you mentioned there, what TfL are now saying is there may be some discretion and they may use warning letters initially in some cases. But these pollution zones are spreading right across the world, and other cities are watching what's going on here very, very closely. Back to you, Ruth.
OK, Tom, many thanks for that.